Hello Divine Feminine, and welcome to your Power Message for Monday, Magical Monday. And I'm really excited to do this message for you today because I'm not only going to be sharing the reading, and I've been receiving messages. I've got a very powerful channeled message to give you as well today. But I'm also going to be sharing a testimony from one of our soul family. I'm going to be bringing in the book. And I'm really excited, first of all, to say to you guys, I have started a new YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a little channel update video later on with my little twin babies. And, you know, I know that you guys love these as much as me and George do. So I thought they deserve to have their own YouTube channel. And it's really powerful because I've shared their message. You know, I've already recorded it and I've got it coming soon. It's on later today on their channel. And I use the cards from the Happiness Coach. And the two cards we've got, so this is a little preview of what's over on that channel today. We've got Reach for Peace. Reach for peace. And I feel this is a big message that when you reach for your dreams, it brings in peace because you know they're each real. You know they're each true. You allow yourself to go through the changes. And the angels are saying to you today, you know, you've come a long way. Not just into where you are right now. You know, you've come far, which means give yourself credit for how far you've come. But you've come a long way to be in this earthly body. You've come a long way, you know, to experience this life right now. So enjoy it. It says it's time to rest for the next chapter. So be at peace with where you are right now, whether you're in separation or your twin isn't responding just yet, or if everything is running smoothly. Be at peace with it because the angels are saying it is running smoothly. Everything is on track and, you know, you're closer to achieving your goals than you realise. You're closer than reaching everything you want. So you're being asked to have faith. And that's the message that's on the Wisdom with the Twins today. And if you do love these little babies as much as me and George do, they do have their own channel. So check them out. That's Wisdom with the Twins. I'm going to be doing a little update about that later on though. So, first of all, I want to talk a little bit about what they've shown to me. And they've shown me this vision. And I spoke about this a little bit on Saturday. But they've given it me so clearly. This vision of the masculines kind of getting up this hill. So, the hill is them needing to persevere and make the changes and come forward and express themselves and do all the things that they know they need to do and they have to do. So really on the top of the mountain, you've got union. You've got this beautiful castle, which is where they belong. And that castle includes you. And I'm saying a castle because we think about a castle in the sky. You know, everything we want to achieve, our dreams, whatever that may look like, whatever that may be. So to get to the top of the mountain, the masculines have to make the effort to get there. And that's what they're doing right now. And the reason that we're seeing bikes, I know some of you are seeing motorbikes, some of you are seeing push bikes, is because it's the speed that things are happening. So if you're seeing motorbikes everywhere, that's a huge sign of speed. It means the masculines have kind of upgraded from a push bike to a bike with an engine. And they are now moving up that hill. So they're going to get to the top of the mountain quicker on a motorbike than they are on a push bike. But on a push bike, they are putting the effort in. They are doing the work. So this is about trusting them to do that work. And they are pedaling right now. They're pedaling hard to get there. So pay attention to what you're being shown today. If you're seeing motorbikes, things are happening quickly. If you're seeing push bikes, it may take a little bit longer. But be grateful for the work that your twin is putting in. And that's really what you need to know as we start this new week. They are pedaling and persevering and being motivated to get to the top of that mountain. And it's really powerful because, you know, when I was actually getting changed the other night, it was going dark. And I was closing the curtains in my little dressing room upstairs, and I noticed in the house opposite, there was a guy, and he's on an exercise bike, one of them stationary exercise bikes. And it just made me smile because I thought, even though things seem stuck, or like there's no changes, or things aren't happening. They are. The masculines are really trying and they're doing what they need to do. And feminines, you have to trust them to do that. That means you trust them to find their way to reach out to you and you take a step back. And on Saturday, I spoke about how if we just put down the oars of the canoe, if we just stop rowing for a moment and we allow the current to take us in the right direction, we'll see that everything is on track. Everything is on path. And that's why I'm really feeling this. And when I use the cards for wisdom with the twins, because I want it to be a little short video, I'm choosing the cards. Well, I'm getting the cards before I start the video. Now, I don't choose the cards as in look through the deck and pick the cards. I shuffle just like I do on camera, and the cards come out, and these two cards came out. And this is saying to you today, the changes you're trying to make are getting closer. They're getting closer. So you don't have to try. All you have to do is be at peace and know that you've come a long way, and you've come so far, Divine Feminine. You know, you've achieved so much in your life. You're so far forward now than what you were. In other words, if you used to get triggered at the smallest thing or angry or frustrated and now you don't, that shows how far you have come, that you've transformed like this butterfly. And it's time to rest for the next chapter. It's about being prepared for what's ahead. The next chapter, whether that's coming back together if you've been apart for a long time, or coming into union if you're in communication, or getting married if you're already in union, or whatever it may be that you want in your personal journey. You know, everyone's journey is unique and special to them. Your journey is unique and special to you. So be at ease and be at peace with where you are, because it's coming. And that's what they want you to know. So we have to be able to put down the oars of the canoe and let the current, the universe, the higher power, God, take us where we're meant to be. So you don't have to force this love or rush this love, because even behind the scenes, they are peddling. They are doing what they need to do to get up to the mountain. And for you to get to the top of the mountain, all you have to do is let go, because it's not about you reaching the top of a mountain, Divine Feminine, because you've already been up there. You've already seen what you can have. You already know. You're on the lake or the river or the stream that leads to that. So it's about going with the flow, the swan energy, being at peace, knowing who you are, that you are strong and there's nobody like you, and you are beautiful and you are dynamic. And so I want to share a little testimony by one of our soul family. First of all, I want to share what our soul sister Angela said. And this was in Saturday's Divine Feminine reading, and I pinned it to the top of the reading because she said, I heard the universe say, be the leaf that floats on top of the water and watch where it leads you. I love that. Be the leaf. Let the universe guide you. They're giving me in my eye, my left eye, a little bit of irritation, because we do get irritated by the things we see or the things we don't see. We have to believe it to receive it, and sometimes we think we have to see it to believe it. So it's about changing your perception. The whole twin flame journey, and not just the twin flame journey, but being a light worker, changes everything you thought you knew and everything you once did into something else. So you see beyond the physical reality. Why? Because you're not from it. You're not from the physical reality. You're from somewhere else. Like this card says. It says, you've come a long way. And when I'm connecting with this, I really feel it's like you've come a long way. You're not from the earth. You're living on it now. You're walking in it. You are part of it. But you are not from here. You're from somewhere else a long way away. You may call that heaven, the astral realms, somewhere else. And they're giving me this irritation in the left eye. Now, when I channel things like this on camera, during a reading, it's coming from somewhere. It's not because, something's gone in my eye. It's because they're showing me that sometimes we just don't like what we see. We don't think we're receiving results. We're in pain because we see something we get triggered by, whether it's on social media or something that's actually happening around us. We may not like what we see. So you have to rise above what you physically see and start to trust in what you see with your third eye, what you feel with your senses, your clear awareness, which is your sensitivity to the psychic power within you. That means seeing through the illusion and knowing that fear is illusion. It's false experiences that appear to be real and cause us pain. We have to be more aware of what we hear with our inner ear than our outer ear, our inner vision than our outer vision, the way we feel, which is always real, the way we sense things in a psychic way. That's what we need to be aware of. And understanding the journey brings in sense, because we start to make sense of the things we just can't comprehend or understand, because we would do it differently. But if we did things the same as our twin, if your twin did things the same as you wouldn't grow from them. You wouldn't learn from them, and they're your greatest teacher and you're theirs. So we learn instead, and that's why I've created many playlists on the channel, so you can go and access information. In the Twin Flames Everything You Need to Know playlist, there's plenty of information to understand why they do the things they do. Block you, ghost you, ignore you, act indifferent like they don't care. And instead of saying how bad everything is and, moaning about it all, start by education. Educate yourself about what the journey is. That moves you forward. So I want to share a testimony by one of our soul family. And this is by our soul brother Jacob, who says, Liz, thank you so much. It was 3 years ago I started watching your videos that awoke me to the twin flame journey. I am happy to say that 3 years later, my twin and I have genuinely gotten to a stage of harmonious union. It was a total fantasy for me when I first started watching. And I trust, they give me the word mute because, it doesn't say that, but I feel that you can mute things out. Maybe this is where you are right now. Maybe you're new to the channel. If you are, welcome. You're very welcome here. And maybe you are, muting what I'm saying because you don't believe it. You think that you have to see it to believe it. And you're thinking, oh no, this isn't real. It's never going to happen. And you're talking about how bad everything is. And the angel's saying you're in the right place to learn, to understand, to grow. So use the resources you're being given in the playlist, this reading. You may not hear it the first time, so listen again and take in what's being said. Because Jacob's saying it was a total fantasy for me when I started watching. And you may feel that way too. But he's saying I trusted my heart and my intuition like you said to, and it genuinely happened, thank you. So, that's a genuine testimony in one of the videos that I screenshot. So, trust in that, that you can genuinely come into union. If I've come into union, you can come into union. There's nothing special about me, okay? I just followed my intuition, my heart, and my guidance that I was receiving from heaven. And it happened. It didn't happen easy. It was a long battle for me. But you know what? Things have changed. And that means that the time is now. No matter how long or how short you've been on this journey, you're on this journey right now, in this timeline right now, for a reason. 2020, the year of awakening. Look what happened with the pandemic and everything else. And that brought in dramatic change. Between then and 2024, big changes collectively to bring twins together. This is the year of communication and the year of building that solid foundation so you can reach for what you want. And what you really want is peace, power, change. So let's see what we need to know. So I'm going to shuffle this deck again. So what do we need to know today, please, angels, as a divine feminine? What do we need to know? That's the card there. So the card we've got coming up is rage. This rage is not who you truly are. You are love. So if you're feeling rage today, and understand that rage, it comes from the ego. The ego creates feelings of something's missing or we're not good enough. And we get angry. We get frustrated. We get sad because we want it now. And a lot of the times when we experience rage as a divine feminine, it isn't our rage at all. It's coming from deep within, from the divine masculine. And that could be your divine masculine out there living their life, or it could be from your own divine masculine energy. Because as we prepare for union and get closer to it, we do go in and out of both masculine and feminine traits. So you'll experience both aspects of the self. But if you're feeling angry and you're like, I don't understand it because my life seems to be going well apart from I'm not with my twin, but everything else is going okay. Or, maybe things are triggering to you, but they're triggering you at work, or other things are going on. And you're thinking, I'm handling everything. I don't know where this anger and rage is coming from. It's coming from your twin. It's coming from your twin because you're feeling their frustration. You're feeling their anger and their anxiety about making changes. And if you're feeling the heat and the sexual energy and all this stuff going on within you, it's because the masculines right now are like this volcano that's ready to explode. They have all this desire and all this passion that wants to be released, but they're struggling to release it. And that can cause heartburn, it can cause acid reflux, it can cause indigestion, stomach issues, lots of things in the physical self because things need to be released. And this is where the masculines are right now. And I'm going to be doing their reading later on. But the rage. So I feel you may be experiencing rage, but you're being reminded if you're not sure where it's coming from, it may not be your rage. It could even be collective rage if you were channeling. So I'm going to bring in the wisdom of the hidden realms as well. So what else do we need to know? 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 Thank you, angels. What else do we need to know? And I'm also going to bring in a message from the Whispers of Lord Ganesha deck, because Ganesha's removing all the obstacles. So what do we need to know? So the message coming through today then is the Desert Prince. And they give me the word desert or deserter or deserted. So dessert, first of all, is a sweet pudding that we can have. And, your masculine is the ultimate sweet pudding. In other words, your masculine is the icing on the cake, everything you want, the dessert at the end of the meal. So in other words, the meal is the journey and the masculine is the reward, the pudding is the reward. And, if you're a bit like me, you think, right, I'm going to eat my dinner and then I'm going to reward myself with a dessert. If you go to a restaurant, you have a dessert at the end if you're indulging. It's something sweet to have. So I feel, first of all, this card is about it being worth it. This journey is worth it. Your masculine is worth it. And it really is worth it. If I could go back in time and change things, I wouldn't. Because even though I went through pain and struggle and heartache, especially with the two catalysts I experienced before George, without those lessons and experiences, I wouldn't be with George. So we have to learn how to trust in the power. And they're giving me a little block there because it can cause triggers. The power of divine timing. Because if you wait for what you deserve, and if you allow the universe to bring it to you at the right time, it's going to last. It's going to be permanent. It's not going to be washed away, or you're not going to go into separation again. Because when we have things we're not ready for, even when we feel ready for them, they don't last 5 minutes. And that's the truth. So your journey is worth it. It's worth the struggle, the drama, the heartache, the pain, because it grows you and makes you stronger, and it prepares you for the dessert. If you just had a pudding, it might make you sick. But if you have a main meal first, you can handle the pudding. And it's the same with your journey. So the Desert Prince, I'm seeing this as, if you feel your masculine has deserted you or they're not around. And deserts, we look for the oasis. In a desert, in the desert, if you're in the desert too long, you can start hallucinating. You can need water. It can all seem, like you can't survive because you need water to survive. And in the desert, there doesn't seem to be any water. But you were given what you need from heaven. You were given what you need. And, I remember not long ago, I was watching something on YouTube. It just popped into my feed about Jesus. And you guys know I've got a big rapport with Jesus, and a lot of you have too. Our journey with Jesus is a very personal one. Whether it's religious or spiritual, it's, what you believe. But the point I'm making is, we can be very, very thirsty. But when we connect with our spiritual side, when we connect with Source, whether for you Source is God, Jesus, the universe, the higher power, Mother Earth, Father Sky, whoever you connect with, you are given the water you need. So if you feel you're struggling, you're in the desert, you're thirsty, when you connect with Source, you are given everything that you need, because the water is more than just a craving to drink and be replenished. We get replenished spiritually. And this is what I'm actually feeling. So you may worry that your twin has disappeared, deserted you, and it says false promises. You may be afraid that they've given you false promises, or maybe you question everything, you're struggling to forgive them. But when you forgive, you realise they weren't falsely promising you anything at all. When they promised you what they promised you at the beginning, and it's usually at the beginning, because they're doing it without the ego, everything's wonderful, it's like the honeymoon period, they mean exactly what they say. They're very genuine about this love. But then the fear sets in and they have to heal the wounds, just like you do, because you have wounds to heal as much as they do. So it wasn't false promises. They did this to survive. In other words, they had to leave you for a while to survive, to heal, to go within, to become the prince, to become the warrior, to become the emperor. And they're gaining strength right now. That's really what I'm seeing. So even though this isn't a masculine reading, this is a feminine power message, this is what you need to know today. Because if you're angry about the journey, or if you're new to the journey, you found the channel today, or here you are, or maybe you've been on the channel a while, but you're going through a little bit of doubt today. You know, we're moving into March and you might be thinking, wow, 3 months in already, Liz, what's going on? The angels saying you are not deserted. The angels have not forgotten you. Neither is your twin. They are on their way. They're gaining the strength they need to handle this journey. You know, he's holding, what I'm seeing there is a sword. Okay, you could see that as a wand or a stick or anything else, but I'm seeing that as a sword to be able to fight their own battles. It's like your masculine saying, I can fight for this love my own way. Let me do this. And we've got, look at this, the eagle king. Now, this is really powerful because the eagle is the symbol right now of the divine masculine coming home. The eagle is the symbol that they're on their way. You know, the stag is the promise of union and the transformation they go through, and the eagle is that last stretch. You know, it's like when you're on a plane and they say, seatbelts, you know, we're coming into land now, can you put your seatbelts on? This is what the eagle is symbolising. And the eagle king, so he becomes a king from a prince. You know, the prince isn't the king, but the king is the king. So he has to transform into the king. And he's saying the big picture, angelic help. So he has angelic help now. He's seen the bigger picture. And I love how we've got two men in this card. And, you know, obviously the masculine can be a man or a woman. But this is a symbol of the masculine power and how the masculine changes. So I'm seeing this as the stag. And I'm seeing this as the eagle. The prince and the king, or the prince and the emperor. So any rage right now is because there's so much going on, there's so much change. And your masculine is breaking free from those chains. And we've got, look at this, wow, I've got angel bumps, the sacred union. So, you know, the masculine transforming into the eagle brings him into the union, the sacred union. It says partnership, romance. So this is where you are. This is why you may be experiencing rage and change, and maybe even rage over the fact that you haven't got your pudding yet. You know, you haven't yet got what you want, but it's coming. Reach for peace today and you'll find it. So from Lord Ganesha, look at this, determination. And this is the number 21. And if we break down the number 21, 2 and 1, you've got 2 is about the universal power. It's about the partnership you share. They're giving me fear being released. So I feel a lot of fear may be released in this reading. And the 1 is about a new beginning. So in other words, be determined, don't give up, because it's happening. It's happening, and it's happening now. But I'm being guided to share with you that since 2021, your journey has been moving forward at a rapid pace, even if you can't see that. And inner knowing, it's an inner knowingness. And that's why we've got the 17, because that's about, you know inside that there is a new beginning here, and you are manifesting your dreams. You are knowing that you are on the right path. So if you see 17, 717, or 17, 17, even 21, 17, huge sign that since 2021 you've been on the right path. But I feel this 17 is also a sign and a symbol of things that happened back in 2017. So think about where you were then and how far you've come to where you are now. So like in 2017, you may have gone through some form of awakening in your life. I know I did. It was around then that I was involved with a very powerful catalyst, when he came into my awareness. So big changes for me around then. So I know there will be for you in whatever aspect that means. There will have been changes around your twin. Even if you weren't communicating then, or you didn't even know about them then, there was big things going on around both of you then, because that was a big sign of change. Just like right now, things are changing. So you've been asked to have faith. So this is the inner knowingness of what's going on. Very powerful. So let's bring in the book, and then I have got something extra special to share with you right at the end. So the book today then, on this day, so again we've got, you're on the same page. Whenever I get this, I'm really being guided to share with you, when one message takes up the whole page, and we've got a little picture of an angel on here, that you're on the same page. You and your twin are on the same page, even if you don't feel that way sometimes. So it says, give your imagination free rein. Give your imagination free rein. That means allow yourself to dream big, because when you dream it, you believe you achieve. Give your imagination free rein. Allow yourself to explore this journey. Allow yourself to visualize the way you want it to be. Visualize how it's going to taste to you to be in union, what it's going to feel like, what people are going to say. Not that you care, or you shouldn't care what anybody thinks. It's none of their business. As long as you're happy, that's what matters. And we've got free rein. So I feel this about becoming free, putting down the oars of the canoe, and allowing the masculine take the reins. It's about freedom through choice and feelings. And rain can also be connected with rain. Maybe it's raining where you are today, cleansing rain, healing, power, taking back your power by releasing control. So the inner world of your imagination is like a clear, deep lake fed by the rivers of your emotions, your physical feelings, experiences and thoughts. It's the meeting ground for your reactions to life. Isn't that beautiful? And they're giving me in my right eye an itchy eye. Now, it's really interesting. They channeled irritation in one eye, and now they've replaced it with itching in another eye. So if you're getting itching in your eye, it's because you're itching to see the changes that you want to make, or you're itching for, to see it in the physical. But it's coming, and your imagination has free rein on that. Maybe this is the day you want to update your vision board, and you want to spend some time manifesting. You want to close your eyes and feel how it feels, imagining it. Because your imagination is power. If you go there in the mind, you go there in the body. But you have to believe in that. You may have heard derogatory references to the imagination that call it invalid or unreal. So that's when people say, oh, it's just a dream, you're fantasizing, it's just your imagination. But there is no just your imagination. That's what people say who don't understand, or who are struggling with their own life, or they're trapped in the matrix. The imagination is power. If we go there in the mind, we create it in the physical world. We allow ourselves to dream big. They taught visualization in school. By the time we left school, we'd all be living our dream lives. But they don't. They don't want to give you that power. So you have to take it for yourself. Yet it's your God connection headquarters, allowing you to wander far from your physical senses and explore other realms. Now, you may call that meditation. Meditation is really going deep into your psyche, going into your imagination, exploring the other realms. That's why it's so exciting to be a kid, because as a child, we have no limits or boundaries on our mind. We imagine, we create, we go into the dream world. That's why so many of us who are spiritual love films about, magic or spirituality or things like that. Ghosts, other realms. I watched a film over the weekend that's on Netflix. It was in the top 10 films on Netflix over the weekend. We Have a Ghost. And I cried my eyes out at the end of that. I'm not going to spoil it. It's really good. It's not scary, but it allows you to push your mind and to see past fear. And that's the good thing about, the family that we're experiencing the ghost Ernest, they didn't show him that fear like everyone else had, because we're more aware as spiritual beings of, why things happen, and we see through the illusion. So it's about standing tall. Your imagination pieces together the seemingly impossible and the illogical until it brings about new creations. And that's how we make sense of everything. It may seem impossible, but what does the word impossible mean? I'm possible. And you're a creator. I am. I am a creator. I am possible. Because you were born in God's image. You were created in God's image, and God is a creator. The I am energy. And he put that essence in you. So you are a creator too, the magician of your world. You can create things how you want them to be, but you have to believe in yourself to do that. Every time you've achieved something in your life, you've believed in it. You've believed in your own power. You've believed you could do that, have that, be that. And you did. You proved to yourself you could be. Whenever you failed at something, it's because you weren't really believing in yourself enough, or maybe someone said something to you and it dashed your hopes, or it made you believe something different. But if you fully believe in something, you can achieve it. When you dream, you believe you achieve. When you ask, it is given. The great people in this world who show you and guide you, the only difference between what they are doing and what you're doing is they believe more. And when you start believing, you're going to be manifesting too. I know so many of you already are. And that's why people in your life may be looking up to you right now, because they see you in that way. Wow, you're achieving your dreams. That's amazing. How can you be so calm in this situation? That's amazing. Someone commented on the channel over the weekend and said to me, how do you do it, Liz? You've got these YouTube channels, you're creating cards, you're doing all these things, you're always positive. How do you do it? And they made a light-hearted joke saying, are you on Red Bull, caffeine, all these things? It's the power of heaven. It's a choice I make to connect with heaven every day. And heaven gives me a natural energy boost. I haven't drank caffeine for 16 years. So it's about understanding that the power of heaven allows you to believe in yourself and harness all the resources within you to achieve your dreams. And we're always striving for more. And our imagination is a playground. Remember, the universe is saying to you, what do you want? What do you want? Your wish is my command. A lot of the times we struggle because we're asking the universe for what we don't want. And we're doing it subconsciously. Or we're doing it through negative thinking or moaning or complaining. But when we start focusing that energy into power and noticing when we say something that's negative and I'll change that then. And then you observe it, you say, well, that isn't true at all. That's just my ego. The truth is I am safe. I am protected. And the universe is saying, yes, your wish is my command. And you've got this, I've got you, as Archangel Michael says. So you're not alone. Allow the world of your fantasies to run free and notice its ingenious creations. Isn't that beautiful? And it says, have no worries that your mental explorations could mislead you. For true imagination is born upon the wings of the angels. It's pure and childlike in the very best sense, and it's also untamed and unrestricted. Even when you try to retrain your creative self, it's constantly at work during dream time and moments of peaceful contemplation. Meditation, allowing yourself to dream big, to believe and achieve, and childlike, unrestricted. The only restrictions are what we put in our own mind. People say, you can't do that. You haven't got the money. You're not good enough, or this and that. And these can be things people say now or people said in the past. Things that go into our minds and we start believing that. Well, we have to take control back and change the way we think. Allow the world of your fantasies to run free and notice the way it creates. These are gifts from spirit that are conceived and incubated mentally and then born into material reality. When you unleash your imagination, you liberate yourself and you're then able to live without limits and soar. And what's the masculine doing today? They are soaring high up like the Eagle King. So I feel that their higher self is showing you they are determined to move towards you and make the changes they need to make towards sacred union. They're pedaling on that bike to get there, and you're letting go of the oars to flow there, but it's the rage. Don't let the rage consume you today. Break free. Don't listen to what other people say or what other people do. Trust in what you feel and what you say and you know. And the thought for today is, I give my imagination free rein. I courageously notice all of my creative visions, thoughts and feelings, and I nurture them with love. I'm completely supported by Spirit in all ways. And you are. You are completely supported by God in all ways. That's why you see the signs. And I want to give you a little bit of support right now, because this is the little nugget of info I was going to give you. Okay. As you know, I'm connecting with everybody next year live in London. So on the 18th of May, it's a Saturday in 2024, I'm going to be doing a day event in London right across the road from Euston Station. So it's very easy to get to. There's hotels all around there. And if you want to come, if you're thinking of coming, maybe you've already got your tickets. And if you have, brilliant. But if you're thinking of coming, you're thinking, right, I want to, but I don't know, I just need a little push, or, maybe you need an incentive. I'm going to give you one. For this week only, I'm opening up to everybody. And I'm doing this for members. So if you are a member of the channel and you haven't yet got your tickets, this is going to be open to you. Okay, but if you're not a member of the channel, this is a 1 week only thing. Okay, and only if you're watching this video, this is the only time I'm going to say it this week. So if you want to get your tickets and you want to sit close to the stage, if you want, a seat close to the action where it's all going on, then once you've got your tickets, if you get your tickets this week and you email me at guidedbyangelsxo@gmail.com and you show me a screenshot that you've got your tickets, Eventbrite do let me know everyone who buys tickets anyway. So I'll know, if you email me that you have bought your tickets, then I can reserve seats for you in the front few rows. Okay, because you don't get allocated a seat. You have to it's first come, first serve. So you go into the venue and you pick your seat. But if you want to sit close to the front, if you want to get into the action and you get involved in that this week, you buy your ticket this week, as we transition into March. So it's between now and the end of this week, which is it the 6th of March? No. What's the end of this week? Let me check. It is the 5th of March. Close. The 5th of March. So between now and the 5th of March, if you get your ticket this week and you email me, it doesn't matter whether you get 1 ticket or 10 tickets, okay? Whoever you are sitting with and taking, if you say, Liz, I've just bought 3 tickets, I'll give you 3 reserved spaces in the front area. So get involved in that, because that won't be open for long. And I am opening that up for members. That's continuing to be open, but it's only this week available to everyone. So if you want to come and you want to be sitting close to the action, close enough to jump on the stage, then, make sure you get your tickets this week and email me. And I'm so excited for the event. It's getting closer every day. Every day it's getting closer. So it's going to be amazing. And I just can't wait to be in a room with all of you and connect with you. If it's something you're thinking about but you're unsure, if you follow the link in the description box below, it takes you to where the tickets are, and read through the description. If you start getting excited and having angel bumps and you really feel it, that's how you know you're meant to go. I've been there before where I've attended events because of that, and only because of that. I've been effing and ahhing, and then once I've read the description, I'm like, yes, I know I need to go. So a little extra incentive for you to, get involved in it this week to get something better out of it. So, yeah. So anyway, have a great day. I'm sending you so much love. Also, check out Wisdom with the Twins for the little nuggets of knowledge every day. Also, I'm doing short videos on Pixie Power Tarot. And remember, this week's weekly reading is over on Pixie Power Tarot at 10 a.m. So right now, as you're watching this video, you'll be able to catch it. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.